Okay. Um, so usually I'm not the type of person that would do a video without makeup on and crying and looking a mess. But I kind of felt compelled to. Like, I kind of feel like I have some explaining to do to the community. Um, I made my post this morning and the emails have started coming in and the comments, and everybody is so supportive, and I really appreciate that. I guess what I want to say first and foremost is that I want everyone to understand that this is a me thing. This is not something that I think most people would do, or a mistake that I think most people would make, or a place that I think most people will end up in. I think I very much did this to myself. And there's a lot behind that. Um, a lot of things that are really hard to explain. And I think that without knowing those things, it's hard to understand why I'm so willing to give up or why I'm in such a bad place. And I just I felt like I need to explain that a little bit. I know, like in my head, I know that when I look in the mirror, I should be happy and grateful for what I am and what I've accomplished and everything that I've done and the happy, healthy life that I'm living. I know that in my head and in my heart. I do. Um, the problem with that is that I put my head in a place that was mentally unhealthy for me. I did that to myself. Um, when the weight had come off and the plastic surgeries were happening and the insurance was approving them, and I was really confident that it was all going to get done. I stood in front of the mirror and I looked at myself and I had this like epiphany that wasn't a really good one. That I thought, I know that my weight was a self defense mechanism for me. Like, I know that I ate my way to being big because I didn't want people to notice me. I didn't want anyone to want me. And I didn't want anyone to hurt me because I was pretty, because I felt like that had happened to me as a kid, um, being sexually abused, and as a teenager when I was date raped. And so, in my head, my weight was a way to hide from those things. And when, as an adult, when I decided to take the weight on and lose the weight and had gotten there, I looked into the mirror and what I saw was I could lose the weight and I could get rid of it, but I could never put it behind me because I could never get rid of, like, to me, the skin that hung off my body was still very much it was like a scar. It was like, to me, I could find it all I wanted, but I could never make it go away. And I saw that every morning. Every morning in the mirror. That's what I saw when I got out of the shower, was this woman who had been so horribly abused that she abused herself, and then I could take that back. But I still couldn't reverse the damage that I had done to my body with that self-defense mechanism, and I resented it. I resented it a lot. And as the plastic surgeries were getting approved and we were doing them and all the skin was coming off in my head, I really thought that I was going to look perfect afterwards. I thought I was going to look like a model or something. I just, it didn't matter what anyone told me or what expectations I was told I was supposed to have. Like, at the end of the day, I thought I was going to come out of 3 sets of plastic surgery looking like a rock star. And when I didn't, it was mortifying to me. And, I've gone from one extreme to the next. And when I decided to pursue this career as a personal trainer, like, I knew that I probably did not have the self confidence that I needed to do it. Like, I knew that the self-confidence was going to be really hard for me, but I thought that with the weight loss um, and the surgeries that it was more doable, you know. For a while, it wasn't even something that I was considering seriously pursuing until I hit my goal weight. And, even though I was only 5 or 10 pounds from it, I wouldn't even go work on the certification. And that changed for me at the OAC convention when I started meeting people in the community and realizing that I didn't have to weigh what a BMI chart said I needed to weigh to influence people and motivate them and be inspired. And somehow I was okay with that. Like, I'm okay with weighing 5 or 10 pounds more than a BMI chart says I can. What I'm not okay with is feeling like what I'm not okay with is not being okay with me, and that's where the problem is now. I'm not okay with me. Like, I'm not okay with my arms because every time I look in the mirror and I see that, I see something horrible that nobody else sees, and that's just me, and I know that's just me, but I can't fix it. I can't make it go away. I can't change what I see. I can't change how I feel about it. I can't change what it does to me. I can't change that it hurts. I can't change how self confident I am about it. Like, I just can't. I wish I could. I wish there was some magic thing that would go off in my brain and make it all okay so that I didn't need to do anything and I could just go on with life. But I just don't have that function in me. And it's really hard when you need something. When you need something so bad for, like, your mental health and to feel okay about yourself, and you just can't do it. And it's hard because, I have some wonderful women in my life that remind me constantly that I need to be positive and that I need to remember that, what I put out there is what I get back. And that if I focus on what I don't have, I'll be totally focused on that and not be able to enjoy what I do have. And I know that that is true. I do, and sometimes I just feel like life plays some mean tricks on us, and it's like a month ago, I didn't think that I was going to be able to do this surgery at all. And I was still going to get my certification, and I was still going to pursue the business aspect of everything. And um, just figure that I would do this all later. But the closer that I get to that, the more I realize that I can't do that, that it's just not going to work for me, that I'm not in a place where I'm okay with that. And, some of that is my own stuff. Some of that is people not even realizing sometimes, when I was at the Cooper Institute and one of the other students came up to me and said something about noticing the extra skin on my arms. It mortified me. I was like, wow, okay, this is somebody that doesn't know me and that is like in fitness or into fitness and stuff. And if this is one of the first things that they notice when they meet me and see me, how many other people notice that first too? And um, you know, I I know that that person did not mean to hurt me in any way, and I feel bad because I hope that they don't ever know that how much that comment phased me. But that kind of thing just kind of turns it changes things really quick, and I realized when that happened that like my arms were gonna have to be fixed, and so I postponed my business lunch until July, from July to August, hoping that I would fix that and started, getting quotes and stuff. And, let me tell you, the plastic surgery world, it's confusing. You've got one quote for $4,000 and one quote for 16, and you've got a doctor that wants to do this and a doctor that wants to do that. And I'm already a revision patient, so it already didn't come out right the first time around, and it didn't come out right the first time around. And, you know, I resent that too because I feel like I got talked into the wrong surgeries because if I had done the ones I wanted, maybe I would have got the results that I wanted. Yeah. It's a very confusing journey. Like there was no question with my weight loss surgery. You know, gastric bypass lap band. I weigh 420 pounds. Wow, duh. What are you gonna pick? But with plastic surgery, it's a completely different world. Like you have to have confidence in your surgeon, and then, you know, are they going to do the surgery the right way, and where are they going to put the incisions, and how much are they going to charge? Because the better they are, the more money they charge, and can you afford that? And it's just, oh God, it hurts my head. And you know, every time I make a decision and I think I'm making the right one, something changes, and something changes drastically. You know, my insurance denied the surgeries this time around, and then my godfather offered to pay for the arms when we thought the arms were going to be like 10,000. But then I was wrong, and the quote was 16 and not 10. And you know, just and every time that happens, I feel like the carpets got pulled underneath out from underneath me, and I'm crashing down on my face. And I'm tired of falling. I'm tired of free falling and feeling like I'm crashing and burning and having mental breakdowns when this doesn't go the way I need it to. And it's a really hard place to be. Um, I told one of my good friends this morning, and I know you're all gonna slap me for this, but you know it is what it is. I told one of my good friends this morning that you know maybe the problem here is that I need to stop trying to be a personal trainer. That you know if I don't have the confidence in my body to do that, that maybe that's a dream that I just can't pursue right now because I think I would be more okay with myself if I wasn't trying to do that than I am right now. I think I would have more confidence because you know, like I just, there's a big difference between Pandora, who goes to a convention and has fun, and Pandora, who can put on 3/4 sleeves and cover what I don't like about my body, or long sleeves and cover what I don't like about my body, and Pandora, who is going to be a personal trainer and stand in front of people and know that this is something that they're going to notice, and it's going to make me self-conscious, and it's going to push me to this place I don't like. You know, the other aspect is that I know that I probably need some mental health therapy to figure out like why I did this, why I associated this abuse with my body like this. I know that it was a very unhealthy thing to do. I just don't know how to get past it. And I don't even know if I can get past it. And that makes it really hard. You know, like who wants to get up and look in the mirror every morning and be reminded of horrible things that they have fought so hard to get past and just feel like no matter how much they fight and no matter how much they try, they'll never get past them. Those things will always haunt them. And that's how I feel. You know, I never realized until I met so many people in this community how ununique my story was. Like, until I had gone to Dallas and I started meeting women in this community, I never realized how many people were abused like I was and hurt like I was. I thought I was special, you know, like I really thought that I was special because I had gone through so much and was able to get through so much. And, you know, I've been that kid that wanted to kill themselves, and I've been that kid that's being institutionalized in mental hospitals because the abuse that they went through has left them so broken and damaged. And I didn't realize that there were so many of us out there. And there's a big part of me that just admitting that I probably need mental health and help dealing with all of this is really hard for me because I've done therapy, you know, I've done years of therapy. I've done inpatient therapy. I've done all kinds of stuff to get past what happened to me. So admitting that I have to go back and do more of it, it makes me feel like a failure, okay? It does. And it makes me angry because there's a part of me that's like, well, shit. If I could just afford to finish cutting the skin off and be rid of what I associate with this abuse, I would be done with it and it would be over and I wouldn't be in this place and I could go on with my life and I could be happy and healthy. And the thing is, I know that that's an unhealthy mindset. And even though it's an unhealthy mindset, it's where I'm at and it's what I have to deal with. And then, it's so hard because everybody else has so much confidence in me. Like, I think you guys think more of me than I think of myself sometimes. And, so many people think that I'm a rock star and I can do anything. And then this one thing is just messing me up so bad. I don't I don't know what the answers are. I don't know what I'm gonna do or how I'm gonna get through this. I know that I am gonna get through it. I don't know how. I don't know if the answer is, more consults. I don't know if I can keep doing this because it's so confusing and it's such a letdown and it hurts so bad every time it doesn't work out. And I don't know if I have it in me to keep feeling like this on the days that it doesn't. And I don't know if that means that I need to change my direction and to take a break and maybe not do this personal trainer thing. Even though I want to, like I want to so bad. I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer or if the answer is that I need therapy that I can't afford to figure. I don't know what the answer is. But I know that I'm struggling. And I know that I made a promise that I would share my journey with you guys from beginning to end through better and worse. This is definitely one of the worst times. But at the same time, I feel like there's something in this that we can grow from and we can learn from because I know the mistake that I made. Like the moment I allowed myself to associate and whether or not I would be successful at it and the abuse that I went through and pretty much my self worth. The minute I let that skin define me, I screwed up. I screwed up bad. And it's not easy to bounce back from. And if me sharing that with you guys can stop one of you from doing it to yourselves or stop one of you from feeling as horrible and desperate as I feel about this, then at least I've done that. At least I can give that back because I don't know that I'm going to be able to do all the things I want to do to help this community right now. Um, you know, my big goal here was to become a trainer and help people with their weight loss journey, and I don't know that I'm going to get there. Um, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I know that I can continue to share my journey with you and maybe make you understand it a little bit. And I know that somewhere along the line that might help somebody else. So I hope that this morning, with, um, before you write me and tell me that I should be positive and that I need to be grateful for what I have, please understand that I'm very grateful for what I have. I'm not an ungrateful person. I don't take for granted how far I've come or what I've accomplished or the fact that my insurance paid for these surgeries. I don't. In fact, if anything, I hope that maybe someday I can get people to understand that there is more to medical necessity behind reconstructive plastics after massive weight loss than just sores on your body and rashes that you get, because what it does to you mentally is bad. It's really bad sometimes. And I am not I'm not at all ungrateful for what my insurance has paid for her. My insurance has paid for a lot and gotten me great results. I mean, I you know, like I said, if I wasn't trying to pursue a career where really I know that my body image is going to be a big issue for me and the people I work with, I probably would not be nearly as upset about this. And if I wasn't the type of person who made a mistake and associated the skin on my body with something that I never should have, I probably would not feel so desperate right now. So I hope that you guys understand that when I come out and I share how hard this is for me, and when I say, please don't ever define yourself by what you see in the mirror or the skin on your body, or let you estimate your self worth or anything like that by it. I mean that. I mean that wholeheartedly because I don't ever want any of you to feel the way I feel this morning. Like, I don't want that for you. And it's my hope that by sharing that with you, I can spare you that a little bit. Um, and it's also my hope that maybe, some people won't be quite as judgmental about thinking that I'm ungrateful or that I don't appreciate what I have and what I've accomplished, or that I'm not positive enough, because really that's not who I am. This is the part that I struggle with, and I think that we all have a part that we struggle with, and this is mine. So, um, that's really, I guess, all I have to say. I hope that it helps explain things a little bit, and I hope that you all have a really great day, and um, I hope that the next time you see a video from me, I'm in a much better place.